Hey guys, well I'm back. I just want to finish up the little discussion I had on taps, and I'm a hobbyist, and this whole discussion is kind of directed towards hobbyist guys so that they get a little more knowledge of things that I've kind of learned. I'm lucky I have a retired machinist toolmaker that comes over and works in my shop, and it's where I learned some of this stuff. So this was the tap we used the other day in the air ratchet. And it's an Ace Hardware, says 3/8/16 National Course, made in USA. That's the only designation on this tap. Well, my toolmaker one day asked me for an oversized tap. This is an oversized tap. What are you talking about, an oversized tap? Well, there's designations on taps, and these are taps that I've picked up from machine shops. And this one says Greenfield 3/8/16 National Course. A GH3 HS USA. So the HS course is high-speed steel, but what's the GH3? Well, a GH3, let me just, and here's another box of taps. This one says this is a 5/8/11, and it's a GH5, 3 flute. So just a little discussion on that. Taps come in a class of fit. There's 3 classes. Class 1, which is a loose fit, and it's designed for ease of assembly. There's a class 2, which is the most common, and that offers the most maximum strength. So this Ace Hardware one would be a class 2, and then there's a class 3, which are closer tolerances, which would be more applicable to machine shop work, where there's designations, not for us home shop guys. The H limit shows the minimum and maximum pitch diameter, so it's not tied directly to the class of the fit. The taps that are marked with H limits are designed to meet a specific tolerance within a class of fit. But and so the H numbers, basically an H1 would be a 10,000th over size, and then each number as it grows is a 1/10,000th as it grows up to an H5. So there's just a little background information. You can go do some reading on it if you really want to learn more about it. So switch back now to building these collets for the Procunier. So as you know, I built one already, and I'm looking at building the remainder of the ones that fit my tapping head. Well, one thing that I did is, if you see the one that I built and the tap, notice that the tap goes all the way through it. Well, the one that I purchased, and I kind of knew this from day one, the one that I purchased, the tap doesn't go through it. And the reason the tap doesn't go through it is that inside the collet, it is broached for the flats of the tap. And what that does is it gives the ability to drive the tap. So it's not just the closure of the collet that's holding the tap when it's actually cutting threads. It's also this back tang that's driving it. So I've decided that, okay, well, it's somewhat easy to build this collet, and it's going to be somewhat hard to broach it, and that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to work on figuring out and learning how to broach the inside of these collets. Remember, they're only an inch, a little over an inch long, and 3/8 diameter OD. So I'll be back to you. I've got some ideas on how I'm going to do that, and in my next short video I'll explain what I'm planning on doing, and then we'll see if what I'm planning on doing will actually work. Okay, catch you guys later. Thanks.